Yep. Hello everybody. Welcome to the new series. It's been a little bit since we've been on the shows and everything else. I've been really busy with polishing but we're gonna start this series right now. But before we begin, go ahead and hit that like and subscribe button. I hope you've been liking the race videos. The last two races, we're gonna have some more race videos coming up this summer, so hit that like button. There's gonna be some cool stuff to see. I don't know if you guys like that Coda and Cleo show. I don't really know, but I might take that video down, but I will let you guys know. So, but we'll see. But we have another. I know we already have the Coda's Truckin', we have the Jamie and Michelle show, and the Coda and Mia show. But we're gonna start a new show. It's called Mia. So, but this one's gonna get interesting, Josh. So this one, we're gonna talk about it as we go. So here we go. So this is how it starts. So it was the end of December 2021. Woo! My favorite year. Oh man. It was around the end of August, and Mia and her mom and dad were starting to come up with names of mom and dad. I don't really know if you guys have any good names. Do you have any good names, Jeff? I would love to hear it. I know we already have Jamie and Michelle for the Jamie and Michelle show, but we have. But this was her junior year in high school. She had the driver's license in this episode. Things are gonna start getting gonna be really awesome in the show. Yep. Yeah. They were moving up here from Wisconsin, from Ohio, somewhere in Ohio. Actually from Cleveland, Ohio. There you go. They were moving from Cleveland, Ohio. Yeah, Bea was really nervous. She was gonna go to a new school. Yeah, she was having the old friends but she was going to a new school and be a bunch of new people, and she was gonna be starting learning this nail polishing thing. This is why it makes it so awesome, Jeff, because she's gonna be nail polishing. Have you ever seen that? I know all my tactics of basic polishing, Mia, yeah. She also had a cool Jeep. She had a Jeep. It was actually, I think you've seen them. It was one of those Jeep trucks things, but yeah. But they were moving. So the episode starts like this. So it was actually close to the end of the summer, so they just got moved in, and they drove all the way up here. They were in the new house and everything. Yeah, this house was a really nice house that they lived in. Yeah. Yeah. So this was the week before. This was the day before school started, and me and the mom, I still have assigned names for all the. Actually, no. It was actually on the first day of school, the very first day of school at Mountain High School, like that. So it was the first day of school. Her and the mom went early. They met Mrs. Kling and Mr. Wright, and they also had a vice principal too. In real life, they only had. I'm sure Mrs. Brooks is probably laughing right now. Yep, and Jeff too. In real life, they only had. I guess they had principal at all three schools, but about Mrs. Kling and they also had a vice principal too. Yeah, I'm sure Mrs. Kling is probably laughing right now if he's watching this. I don't know. But they had a vice principal too, and in real life they didn't have one, and just making things up. But so she met Mrs. Kling, the vice principal. I'm still learning this episode, so hopefully in part 2 we should have names for some of these people, but for now we're going to end about some of the teachers. One of the teachers, was going to be this Dingler. Yep, how awesome. I'm sure this Dingler was really happy to have Mia in the class. I'm sure she was very happy. Alright. You're right, I should be a movie star. People have been saying it should be a movie and stuff. And she's not Mrs. Jane, this is Bojack, and just some of the other teachers that she had. Yep. So the first day of school was gonna mess up. She was learning her way around the school, and this was Kling, and the vice principal gave her this right help too. Mia. Shucking this right sand and stuff like that. And this good Rich and Sally in the office, and who knows, some of the other people too. Little boss, big boss, medium boss. That's why I came up with the names for the bosses in this book. I don't know. Were you there when? I don't know what year you were there. I can't remember. Were you there when I did the? I don't know. Maybe it was during sing time. This was during sing time. As usual, was addicted with sing. Woo! Alright. Man, can this show get any better? It's so awesome. So finally, Mia, the people gave her a tour of the school. She was very nervous and but there's also no coda in this episode. I didn't think about that, but we had some awesome parts. So finally. So finally they had to talk about the schedules and running old school to a new school. So finally parents left, and then they, like I said, they did that first, then they did the tour. So finally, they ran a bit of like all these other students arrived, coming back. Then from there, they decided, So finally she went to the first day of school. It's kind of messed up. So eventually, then they finally learned the classes and went to the classes of the day. Whoop, whoop. Even Jeff Wagner was very happy. think I might have an idea in this next episode. So finally, that's the station. So finally, after the end of the day, that was a really rough day for me. So finally she got through the first day of school. It was kind of rough, and so she was kind of emotional. No, it was kind of scary, especially for me. So we were going to the new school and really trying. Think we also have her birthday was in November. Think we have some of the best things in 2021. So yeah, so birthday was in November. This thing and she was. I realized we did some birthday parties at my other send out to Mrs. Books. But in 2021 we did a birthday party. We went to Randy and Renee's house. You might know Randy and Renee Simpson. But so finally, we'll talk about that a little bit later. How silent we do. So finally, she got out of school and 14 minutes. Well, but she was kind of scared to be at that new school, and she didn't really know anybody. But she did share a little bit while she moved to the. But for her birthday, this will be in one of the new episodes, Jack. I guess it wasn't on her birthday, it was actually the weekend before. We had some special guests. I will get some, I don't want to spoil, but her best friend, Evan, came up. It was 2 weeks before the weekend of let's see. Yeah, before the weekend, before the 20th, it was actually the weekend. I don't really know. And they also had her dad set all this stuff up. And that night, with this thing, that was actually a great part. Yeah. There was a lot of different people in there, When Mia's mom and dad was there for the party, the stinger came. Guess what? I think we're actually gonna make up something. This is Brooks was a homeroom teacher. She came to it. In real life, she's just a sub, but she was a real teacher in this Mia episode. So yeah. They want sing. Yeah. This thing loved it too. Anyway, we are a little bit left of the episode, so finally school got out and yeah. She was crying at this time. She was loud and scared and everything, so but like I said, people say, poor Mia. This is Ginger who's supposed to help that day a little bit. Oh, this is so funny. So anyway, so finally she got home, and the first day of school was getting sad and miserable. But she at least survived through the first day of school. I'm sure she probably hated it. Sure she hated it a lot. But anyway, that's the new episode of the new Mia series, and some more episodes coming. Yeah, so anyway, so that's it for the first episode. Bye bye.